Alright guys, welcome back to the channel here, and this video is going to be part 2 of this 1985 Ford tractor restoration. Right now you can see me out there kind of in the front of the shop. I am putting epoxy primer on some of the small parts that I have taken off the tractor. I actually wasn't able to get all the parts to hang up at once, so I do have to do a second round of the small parts. I probably won't tape that. It's not the most entertaining, but we use epoxy primer from Omni PPG line, and that's just because the auto store that's near us, that's what they sell and they always have it. So that's just the brand we use because of availability, and so far it's done really well. Right now I'm going over the front axles, and I put 2 coats of this on. I only videotaped one because second coat it's going to be exactly the same, so there wasn't any point of filming that. It's a little time consuming going over everything, especially on a tractor where there's not really very many flat open surfaces. It's all a bunch of parts kind of cramped together, and you got to get in all different angles and try not to make it run. So you got to be really careful with how you apply it. Now the primer is a lot heavier, and it's thicker. It does not run like the top coat will, which that's coming out in part 3, the color going on the tractor. But this epoxy primer, it's just the primer and a hardener, so there's no thinner in it at all. And the paint gun that I'm using is a Gravity paint gun, and it's a 1.3 millimeter tip is what's on that one. The top coat is 1.4. So as you can see, I am going over the underside of the tractor first, and then I go over the top side, and that's to do with overspray, and I don't necessarily have to worry about it. Number 1, because it's cast. Number 2, because I'm going to put a top coat on it anyways, but I like to do it from the get-go so I can get it figured out for my final top coat what the best mode of action or the best plan of attack is in order not to get any overspray on anything. So you always start on the bottom of stuff or in tight spots where it'll create a lot of overspray, and then you go over everything that you would see normally, and then it covers up any of that overspray, and if it gets overspray in the other areas, it doesn't matter as much. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and stick around for part 3.